when I wear the mask, right, it cuts off a lot of my peripheral vision. So you don't realize it, but you get a lot of external cues about where you are on the treadmill from your peripheral vision. So as I start drifting, if I start drifting too far, I'll feel it and I'll adjust. Otherwise, I'll do this, step on the thing, and go shooting off the back of the treadmill. I've done it once, and you only need to learn it once. My name is Perperis. I'm a active duty Special Forces Army officer, and I'm also a professional obstacle course racer for the Conquer the Gauntlet Pro team.
Let's go!
So my specialty is ultra endurance, so races that are like 6 to 24 hours in length. And then occasionally I do things that are outside the box, right? So I do multi-day events, 48-hour events, 24-hour runs on treadmills, stuff like that. In order to be good at the Army, you need to be physically fit. So I kept training and getting a little bit better and signing up for more extreme events in hopes that it would prepare me for courses in the US military. So I started doing triathlon, doing more marathons, started doing ultra marathons. I wasn't very fast, so I started bouncing back and forth between sports. Started doing some strength training, so I did some bodybuilding, some powerlifting. Do like 4-month blocks at a time, and I would train specifically for strength or specifically for speed, keeping the other one in like a low steady state kind of thing. And what I was actually doing was training for a sport called obstacle course racing, which I just didn't know existed.
Popularized by brands such as Spartan Race and Tough Mudder, obstacle course racing blends elements of cross-country running, ninja, and CrossFit into a sport in which no two races are the same. Its main attraction are the obstacles themselves, a menagerie of twisted machinations designed specifically to break you, scare you, and drop you. The average OCR event is 3 to 4 miles with about 4 obstacles per mile. It's ideal for a weekend warrior seeking a personal challenge, or just a dope fire jump photo. The sport of Ultra-OCR expands these brutal yet short events to extreme distances. These races can span hundreds of miles in obstacles, and play host to some of the toughest athletes on planet Earth. In order to raise money for the charity Folds of Honor, Evan has planned an event he calls OCR America 2.
Back in 2016, I had this idea, which I actually borrowed from other sports, right? So I looked up every permanent obstacle course race venue in the US, drew a line between all of them, and started calling people and trying to make connections.
Stretching over 8 days and 8 different permanent obstacle courses from New York to Kansas, he'll multi-lap each course for an average total of 26 miles a day, completing 4 obstacles per mile, for a total of over 200 miles and more than 1,000 obstacles. Evan has undertaken a number of intense endurance challenges, all benefiting the charity Folds of Honor.
Every minute I'm gonna increase this by 1, which is gonna take us to a higher elevation. So right now he's at 530 feet of elevation, and right now we're gonna take him up to 870 feet of elevation. So instead of just teleporting to 21,000 feet, he's technically climbing up. That'll take about 48 minutes, and then from then on he'll stay at 21,000 feet for a little over 5 hours. 2 more minutes, he'll be higher than any point in Missouri, which is the state we're in right now.
That's the highest city in the United States.
At 12,750 feet. He's done 1 round of obstacles already. Every mile on the treadmill, he's doing 4 obstacles. And every minute, we're taking him up in elevation. Evan's gone over 20 miles now.
So that means he's been doing 4 obstacles every mile, so that's 80 obstacles as well. Majority of that at over 21,000 feet of elevation. Oh, she hit it! Yeah! Absolutely amazing, Evan. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Come back. So what brings you in today?
Generally when I run, I get general aches and pains in the knees and ankles.
Okay, gotcha.
So, the ankle flexibility that was an issue last time, definitely still there. I've been doing the stretches a little bit more than I did last time, but all that tightened back up.
Yeah.
And like even going downstairs was painful because of the lack of ankle flexibility. So I kept doing that stretch and it's kind of loosened up since then.
And then what I'll do here is I just get a little tricky. I'll separate the muscles here. This is stressing the big toe tendon just a little bit more.
Waiting around, I think, is some of the worst parts. And then, once it starts, 8 days is 8 days is 8 days. There's people look at these endurance events, they're like, oh, they're so long, but like in the span of a human life, it's like a blink of an eye. So you just kind of keep moving forward, and at the end of the day, you can't stop the clock. So we are in Obstacle Athletics at Deer Park, Long Island. We're gonna be doing a mile outside today. Come back in and do 4 obstacles. We'll vary it up. Ready? You ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1, yeah. For ultra endurance racing, you go through a lot of highs and lows, often within the same event, sometimes even within the same hour, sometimes only minutes apart. Typically for me, the race starts off and it actually takes me about 10 miles to get into it before my legs start really loosening up and I feel good. So a lot of times the first couple of laps, I don't necessarily enjoy myself per se, I'm just kind of getting into the rhythm of things. And then you kind of ride this high where you feel good and your legs loosen up and you know what the course looks like, you know your foot placement, you know where you're gonna grab each obstacle, you have specific lanes you enjoy. So you'll find a lane on an obstacle you like and you just keep doing that lane. Whether it's better or worse than the other lane, you typically convince yourself that that's somehow the best lane. You basically ride that high for a while and then as the event wears on, you start fatiguing and then you'll hit lows. And once you start riding that wave down, you'll eventually hit the bottom, and the question is, do you bounce back up or do you go back? Do you just kind of stumble along at the bottom of that physical and mental feeling? Whew. Day 1's done.
How's your energy?
Yeah, it's starting to fade. My legs are getting tired. But it's also the monotony of the same thing over and over again. I feel like I'm mentally, I would say, weaker than I'm physically at this point. So within ultra endurance fueling, you need to fuel consistently, otherwise your body starts going into deep caloric deficit and it's hard to recover from that. So in 2016, when I was at Noob Sanity, there was a large crowd. So I got caught up in the crowd, I was talking to people, having a great time, we're sharing OCR stories, and I missed one of my fueling stops. Didn't drink my fat carb protein blend at the end of each lap. And I come around the lap and I'm just feeling lightheaded, right? And the earth's spinning a little bit, kind of feels like, if you've had a little bit too much to drink and you go lay down at night, that's what it kind of felt like. And I was like stumbling around. Vitamin CoQ10 and omega-3. With ultra endurance, the events are so long, you're gonna have to fuel. And a lot of people like to use solid fuel, but the problem with that is then I'm putting a solid piece of food into my body, which your body has a harder time processing. Instead, I use liquid nutrition only for ultra endurance. 35. I actually feel better than I did yesterday, even though I ran farther.
Really? And how many miles did you run this time?
Today we did 35 miles, and about 2 of those were from moving in and out of the gym, kind of walking around. So it was like 33 repeats, so 33 times 4 obstacles. What is that? A lot.
Math.
My hands are definitely feeling a little tender, but I still feel muscular. I feel strong. I feel good. It hurts to touch things for a long period of time. So if you notice, it looks like I'm moving across the obstacles fairly fast. It's mostly because my hands hurt and I want to get off as soon as possible. That's the main reason, honestly.
And another than the...
When he did his first World's Toughest Mudder in 2016, sometime in the early evening when it first got dark, he came in and he looked cold. He was shivering, and I thought, he didn't look good. And I was really concerned. I remember him saying to me before the race started, if I wanted to quit, don't let me. And I said to myself, I don't know if I can do that, but I just said, okay.
Things will start getting bad probably around day 3 and 4. Your body is physically run down, you're mentally run down, and you're not past the halfway point. It's that repeated stress and that repeated mental grind of getting up and doing it day in, day out. That's when it really starts hitting you. Just not a good day. We were out there for such a long time. So I've got some aches and pains, especially in the lower part of my body, but it's always hard to tell what's an injury or what's turning into an injury and what's just, my ankle or my knee is swollen just because I've been running on it so much. Within an event, sometimes you hit the low and you bounce right back up, and an hour later you're doing good. A lot of time that's a result of proper fueling and maybe a boost of caffeine in the middle of the race. But sometimes you don't come out of it, and sometimes you just kind of stumble your way through the finish line. And that's where a lot of it is where quitting is just simply not an option, right? If you go into an event with the mindset of, well, I'm gonna go until point X, then I think you're setting yourself up for failure, really. I think you need to go into the event with, I'm gonna keep moving until I cross the finish line or I black out. You speed up, you slow down, or you move at the same pace, and that's it.
Yeah, no problem. 11, just over 11 and a half hours, just shy of 27 miles. So, that was a long day.
Very good day.
That ate at me mentally a little bit, not gonna lie. Take a shower. I'm gonna put on some rapid reboot and eat some food. And then I'm gonna get up in about 9 hours and run another marathon of OCR. Good idea, Evan. Good idea. This is great.
Close this door because it's better seeing double here. You guys kind of look alike. Saying all beards look alike? Is that it? Yeah. That's Mike. Racist. Fury. That's racist.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, you get to points where you start to settle. You're like, no, I've done enough today. I've done enough. I should stop, and we'll call it early. But it's like a loser mindset. You start getting to that. And then the next couple of days it just keeps happening. You're like, no, I've done enough, and you keep falling short. So we didn't have anywhere to drive tonight, so I figured, if I'm sitting in the house, I'm not doing any good. So I might as well just stay on the course and schlep through it. And that's what we did. We just kept walking.
Busted and just get it out. I think you managed it.
Really nice part.
You guys ever have
Mikey, give me a cup. Having some Hammer Nutrition pre-workout and some vitamin C. Running 8 marathons does not help your cough. As your body starts breaking down and as you get more tired in these ultra distance runs, you start making little mistakes. So you'll jump off something and you're more likely to twist an ankle, you're more likely to hurt a knee. On grip strength obstacles, your grip goes from 100% I have got this to I have 0 strength left, almost immediately. And you'll be moving across something and you'll be like, oh, this is so easy, and all of a sudden your grip strength just drops precipitously and all of a sudden you're on the ground before you know it. I'm pretty injury free, so I don't really have too many serious injuries. My worst injuries, I tore my pec doing weighted dips in the gym a couple years ago, and I was like in a state of panic, right? Because I felt the muscle rip like apart from itself. So I tried to do a push-up, fall on my face, stopped working out like a reasonable person, went back home like an unreasonable person, got on the exercise bike and continued my workout. My lower left extremity still worked, so I figured I'd be all right.
Alright, that's it. 20 miles for the day. Thanks, Jared, as always. Absolutely. My pleasure. Another long day, but felt like it was more in my wheelhouse. A little flatter terrain, and obviously the snow was real slippery, so feet were sliding a bit, but the obstacles were fun and they were nice, breaking things up. So I definitely feel rejuvenated from yesterday. Ready to go into day 5 and continue to log miles. Yeah, onward to Erie.
Yeah. I mean, his entire yard could be completely.
I woke up this morning, my ankle was a little swollen. Hurt 2 days ago. Things you shouldn't do on a swollen ankle are run a marathon. So that's what I did yesterday. So, does not feel super good. We're just gonna tape it up and kind of drive on. And my running might look fun today.
I'm honestly not sure what I did to it. It's always hard to tell what's an injury or what's turning into an injury and what's just my ankle or my knee is swollen just because I've been running on it so much. We'll figure something out. Bottom line is we'll get the obstacles and we'll get the miles done one way or another. If I take the pain and just ignore it and pretend like nothing's wrong and put some rock tape on there, and I feel like that's easier for me to mentally block out that pain.
So I've been in the Army 15 years. I started off as a field artillery officer and then transitioned over to special forces officer. Spent about cumulative 44 months of combat deployments total. So I spent time in Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and Lebanon. You meet a ton of great people, a lot of different cultures. They just don't know, they don't understand the meaning of quit or no for an answer, right? There's always a solution, and there's always a way to get there, period. Folds of Honor does give scholarship money to children whose parents were killed or wounded in action. I've lost friends overseas, so my college roommate, Jonathan Graspa, died on April 7th, 2007 in Iraq. And I've had one of my soldiers has died in combat. That loss is real personal to me.
This is far from over, and I'm far from certain that everything's still going to go smoothly. My ankle does not feel any better. It feels worse, definitely. Every day that goes by, at the end of the day, when it comes down to actually doing the task, you just got to put your foot down and keep pressing forward regardless of what's going on.
We logged a bunch of miles at William Shell's place, as planned. Was moving slower than I wanted to. Basically, did about 16 miles. Decided to come back to my house so we could not be pressed for time. So basically, I have the ability to walk all night long if needed to hit my mileage goal, and do obstacles in my garage, and then we can just not sleep and go to KC Timber Challenge and finish up the quest and hit 200 miles. Two or 3 hours. No, it was like 3 hours. I slept like 3 hours last night. So definitely wore the crew down. Crew was looking a little rough this morning, but we're at the finish line. So a couple laps today, and we'll call it a day. 'em. Never again. Make sure you put that in. Never again.